Welcome to Math with Dakota. This is my first video over college algebra. We are going to be covering section 1.1, which goes over linear equations. So a linear equation in one variable is an equation that can be written in the form ax plus b equals 0, where a and b are real numbers and a cannot be 0. So a linear equation, the highest exponent is 1. And so example 1, we're going to solve -4 times 3x minus 5 equals 3 minus 8x plus 7. So the first thing you want to do is distribute this -4 to both things inside the parentheses. -4 times 3x is -12x. -4 times -5 is a positive 20. We have 3. And then this right here acts like a -1. So we need to distribute that through the parentheses. So we have -8x minus 7. If you can, combine any like terms. So I see 3 minus 7. Those are like terms we can combine. So copy the left. 3 minus 7 is -4 minus 8x. I like to move all my variable terms to the left. So I'm going to add 8x to both sides. They cancel over here on the right. -12x plus 8x is -4x. And on the right, I'm left with -4. To get x by itself, I need to subtract 20 to the other side. And it's attached to the x by multiplication. So divide by -4. -24 divided by a -4 is going to be a positive 6. Okay, then we move to an example where we deal with fractions. When dealing with fractions, the first thing you want to do is get rid of it by finding the LCD. LCD is what number does everything in the denominator go into? The lowest number. 10, 2, and 5, the lowest number they all have in common would be 10. So you're going to multiply your whole equation by 10. When we multiply the whole equation by 10, you'll take each fraction and multiply it by 10 separately. So if you want, we can take 10 over 1 times 3x plus 6 over 10 minus 10 over 1 times 1/2 x equals 10 over 1 times 2/5 x plus 10 over 1 times 33/5. That's essentially what you're doing when you multiply the whole equation by 10. Okay, simplify. 10 and the 10 cancel. You're left with 3x plus 6 minus 10 goes into, that's going to become a 5. So it's going to be 5 times x equals 5 goes into 10 two times. So that becomes 2 times 2x plus 5 goes into 10 two times. So 2 times 33. Now we have a linear equation like in example 1. We can combine 3x minus 5x, negative 2x. 2 times 2x is 4x. 2 times 33 gives me 66. Move the variable terms to the left, so we're going to subtract 4x from both sides. Negative 6x plus 6 equals 66. Subtract 6 from both sides. Negative 6x equals 60. And divide both sides by negative 6. That gives me x is equal to negative 10. Okay, we can classify equations as 3 different types. We have identities, we have conditional equations, and contradictions. So if solving a linear equation leads to a true statement, such as 0 equals 0, we call that an identity. And its solution set is the fancy R. That just means all real numbers. Also known as negative infinity to infinity. If solving a linear equation leads to a single solution, such as x equals 3 or x equals a number, we call that a conditional equation, and its solution set consists of a single element. And our third type is if solving a linear equation leads to a false statement, so something that's not true, the equation we call a contradiction. And its solution set is the 0 with the slash through it. That just means no solution, because it's not true. So we're going to take a look at what these look like when you're solving an equation. So part A, we want to determine whether The equation is an identity, conditional equation, or a contradiction, and then give the solution set. 6x minus 9 equals 4x plus 13. There's nothing to combine on the left and the right, so we just start by moving variable terms to one side. So subtract 4x. 6x minus 4x gives me 2x. Add 9 to both sides. We add 9 to both sides. You get 2x is equal to 22. Divide by 2. X equals 11. We get a single element. So this is a conditional equation, and its solution set is just 11. Okay, part B. 10 plus 14x equals 7 times 2x minus 5. First thing you want to do is get rid of these parentheses. So distribute that 7. So you get 10 plus 14x equals 14x minus 35. Variable terms to the left. So we'll subtract 14x. When you do that, these cancel and these cancel. And you're left with 10 equals negative 35. When it's not true, we put a slash through the equal sign. And since it is false, this is a contradiction. And its solution set is the 0 with the slash through it. And remember that means no solution. And part C, negative 3 times 2x minus 1 plus 5x equals 3 minus x. So first you want to get rid of parentheses by distributing. So negative 3 times 2x is negative 6x. Negative 3 times negative 1 is a positive 3. Plus 5x equals 3 minus x. We have terms we can combine. Negative 6x plus 5x is a negative 1x. Get all variable terms to the left, so add x to both sides. And we see these cancel on the left and the right. You're left with 3 is equal to 3. That is a true statement. So this equation is an identity. And its solution set is all real numbers. So those are three different types of equations. We have something else called a literal equation, and that's when you are solving for a variable and the answer is not just a number or a true or false statement. So part A, D equals RT. We are solving for T. So to get T by itself from here, it's attached to the R by multiplication. So you want to divide both sides by R. So you get D over R is equal to T, and you are finished. Okay, part B. S equals KR squared plus KRL. We want to solve for K. Well, I see the the right side. Both terms have a K in common, and that's what we're trying to solve for. So let's factor out that K. If we factor out the K, you're left with R squared plus R times L. And now we can divide both sides by R squared plus RL. When you divide, it cancels on the right, and you're left with S divided by R squared plus RL is equal to K. And that's what we are trying to solve for. So it's going to be something solved, and it's going to be equal to another expression, is what a literal equation is. Okay, part C. 11y plus 8 equals 2 times 4y plus 5w minus 6z, solving for y. The first thing I would do is distribute this 2 through the parentheses. 2 times 4y is 8y. 2 times 5w is 10w minus 6z. We're solving for y, so I want to get y terms to one side, so subtract 8y. 11 minus 8 is going to give me 3y. Then I have 10w minus 6z. Subtract 8. So you have 3y is equal to 10w minus 6z minus 8. To get y by itself, I would divide everything by 3. Y is going to be equal to 10 thirds w minus 2z minus 8 thirds. And we have one more example in section 1.1. So let's recall the formula I equals PRT. P is equal to the principal amount That's also your starting amount. Or what you borrowed. R is equal to a rate as a decimal. And T is equal to time, and that has to be in years. And I is equal to the total interest. So using that knowledge, a man borrowed $2,580 to buy new kitchen appliances for his home. He will pay off the loan in 9 months at an annual simple interest rate of 6.0%. How much interest will he pay? Okay, a man borrowed $2,580. That's going to be your principal amount. He will pay off the loan in 9 months. That's your time, but you need to convert to years. And the annual simple interest rate of 6.0%. That's your rate, but we need to make it a decimal. How much interest will he pay? That is what we are finding. That's I. So I is equal to 2,580 times 6.0%. We move the decimal 2 places to the left. So it's 0.06 for the rate times 9 months. We're going to do 9 over 12. There's 12 months in 1 year, and he's paying it off in 9 months. Then we put that in the calculator. 2,580 times 0.06 times 9/12. Interest is equal to $116.10. And that is everything for section 1.1.